Hey everybody, I'm Ian, and I'm coming to you from CSU Monterey Bay, and I dabbled a little bit in the culinary arts when I was younger, and a lot of people, they come over and have dinner or some wine with me saying I'm a pretty good cook. So today I'm going to show you how to make a pretty good frittata. To start off with, these are the ingredients I have over here. I'm using 3 different kinds of cheeses when I finish it, but you can always just use one or not put any cheese. I've sliced up some mushrooms, I've got some nice sliced up red bell pepper, and I've got some salami right here. And I've taken 5 eggs and I've whipped them together, and I put a little salt and pepper in there. So I essentially got all my mise en place together, and when somebody says mise en place, they're referring to getting everything together, ready to go. So I'm going to start off by throwing, I've got the red onions too over here. I'm going to start off by sauteing these babies off, and I want the pan nice and hot. So I put a little olive oil and I let it heat up a little bit. So it should start to sizzle up a little bit. Get all that in there. And I'm just going to cook this up a little bit and let it get a little bit translucent. The red onions, I think, are the best onions to use because they're a little sweet. And then after these get a little bit more translucent, we can add in the other ingredients in order as follows. Probably start off with putting the red bell peppers in, and then the salami, and then the mushrooms last because they cook very fast and they will absorb all the flavors that's left in the pan there. I'm going to put a little S&P in here, make it a little bit of flavor, and the onions are nice and translucent and a little darker, but I like it like that. I don't know about any of you out there. So we'll grab the rest of our ingredients here, and like I said, probably start off with red bell. Shake it up a little bit of flavor. Add in the salami here. Mix that up. Add the mushrooms in. What I like to do with the mushrooms is, because they absorb a lot of flavor, I like to throw a little bit of butter in there. So, I'll go ahead and do that. We can turn the flame down just a little bit. We don't want mushrooms or anything else completely burning, but we like stuff a little crispy. And maybe a little bit more salt and pepper in there for a little flavor. And that's your basic recipe right there. And we can throw in the eggs right now and just let that sit. But when you first toss the eggs in there, you want to make sure it's on a lower heat because you don't want any of the eggs that's first going in there, because we're going to actually bake this egg cake, as I like to think of it, for 15-20 minutes, depending on the color you like. So, throw eggs in here. And you just want the bottom of the eggs to bake a little bit to seal the flavor in. And so just turn on low, and we can start adding our cheeses now. And let's get a little bit of sharp cheddar here. Put it on the top there. Got Reggiano cheese right here, Parmesan Reggiano. Let's throw a little bit in there. And I I just like mixing all these different flavors because you get a fantastic result. And see, we got some light cream cheese here. I like putting a little cream cheese in the egg because when it cooks, it's going to stay together, and when you like slice into it, it's going to have that like creamy goodness flavor. So let's put a little bit in there. And we want to make sure that the cheese has gotten sunk into the egg a little bit, because if it's just lying on the top there, it's going to burn. Let's sink that in there. And I have an oven preheated to about 365 degrees. And we can just go ahead and throw that on in there for about 10 to 15 minutes. And we want to check the color, but I like a good brown flavoring on the top of my quiche here. So let's let that bake for about 13 minutes, and we'll check it and see if it needs more time. Okay, I'm going to check the frittata here, and it's been in there about 15 minutes, and it's got a nice brown color on the coating there, and it's shaken out of the pan nice and easy like that, which means it's going to cook thoroughly, and it's going to come out of the pan nice and easy without breaking. So let's put that on the top there, and turn the oven off, turn the light off, and to serve it, I just use a metal spatula, and you can just come across the top, or slice it up kind of like a pizza a little bit. And look at how that the cream cheese turned out there. It's just going to be delicious to bite into, and the mushrooms and the color of the frittata here is just amazing. I mean, so I'll take this little piece right here on the corner. It comes out nice and easy like that. And earlier I just chopped up a little salad, and that's what I'm going to have with the frittata here. And frittatas are they're good for anything. You can have it for dinner, you can have it for lunch, you can even have it for breakfast. The idea is to have fun with it, and if you want to mix it up with any ingredients, you feel free. Go ahead and try it and see how it turns out. And I'm going to have lunch right now, and I will be posting these videos on Facebook, and hopefully it will be a continuing thing, so you'll see me again. If you have any questions, just send me a little write on Facebook.